Ladies and gentlemen, oh my god, my heart, I can't even front, my heart is still racing. But here we are, ladies and gentlemen, for your official NXT Deadline review. And of course, I'm not alone in this endeavor. This is welcome, as always, the co-host of the contracts, the humble man, Gary. Gary, welcome to the contracts.
Man, Cos Payton, what's good?
Hey, you already know, man. Hell of an event, man. Hell of an event.
Yeah, that's a fact. It really was a hell of an event for real.
Yeah, man. Ready to get down to it?
You know, let's do this shit like Brutus, you already know.
All right, starting off, we had the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge. To start things off was Roxanne Perez and Zoe Stark. They were going at it pretty well. Then I think next out the gate was Kiana James. Then Zoe Stark got the first fall by way of hitting Roxanne Perez with her finisher. I'm not sure what the name of it is, but yeah. Then up next was Cora Jade. Then I think Cora Jade got the next fall. Then of course Roxanne Perez's time in the penalty. Actually, there's something I gotta say about the penalty box. In my opinion, like as soon as a decision is made, pinfall or submission or whatever, I think, in my opinion, the loser's time in the penalty box should not start until they actually get in the penalty box. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Because like a good amount of them weren't even spending a minute in there. If I'm not mistaken, because of how long it was taking them to even reach the penalty box.
Right.
Like honestly, if anything, if the timer was gonna start as soon as the ref counted 3, then what should have been done was that the penalty box should have been ringside instead of right on the stage. In my opinion.
No, I got you. You're correct.
Then Indy Hartwell drew last. Roxanne Perez managed to hit her finisher on Cora Jade to get her fall. Indy Hartwell wound up getting the fall as well. Then towards the end of the match, Roxanne managed to get a second fall, and that would wind up propelling her to win the match. And given my predictions, I say that I jinxed Kiana James because she did not get a fall.
That's a fact.
Yeah, she didn't score a single point.
Right.
And hell, she even hit her finisher, the 401k, but someone else capitalized on it.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'll admit, me, I was a little indifferent or disappointed Roxanne won, but hey, it is what it is. She is now the number 1 contender for the NXT Women's Title.
Right, and I saw that. I was like, yo, one of my predictions is right. I was happy for her too.
Yeah, you weren't the only one. Old boy Book was in tears, man. Yeah. But then again, she was one of his students, so seeing her rise to the occasion was showing that that her hard work and his efforts in training her had paid off.
Right.
So yeah, moving on.
Exactly. That's correct.
Yeah. Moving on, we had Isla Dawn versus Alba Fire. Of course, this match, of course, came about because Isla Dawn cost Alba Fire her match against Mandy Rose for the NXT Women's title.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. This match was pretty interesting. You know,
It was.
they were definitely going back and forth. Alba Fire actually managed to hit her finisher, but unfortunately she did it on the outside, and she wasn't looking to win by way of by way of count out, you know. So got her in the ring, and also Alba Dawn did something that I haven't seen in a while when it comes to removing the turnbuckle pad. Instead of untying it or anything, she just yanked it off.
Right.
Like, I honestly, like, yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember last time I saw something like that.
Oh, word. Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, then,
Crazy for Britt.
yep. But then the closing moments of the match was crazy. Because freaking, it looked as if Alba Fire was going to win. But then Alba Dawn grabbed the ref. And for context, if y'all were paying attention on NXT, this ref was the same ref that Alba Dawn sprayed in the face with the poison mist. And,
Yeah, exactly. That was crazy.
and this would play a role in what happened next that I'm about to explain. That Alba Dawn grabbed the ref, and then
Exactly.
afterwards, Alba Fire, I think, hit Alba Dawn with a super kick or something like that. But
Oh, yeah. Back.
the ref could not count or do anything because a curse was cast, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
Just by grabbing the ref by the leg, a curse was cast, and he had black fluid gushing out of his mouth, similar
What a word. Hell yeah.
similar to what Alexa Bliss did to Randy Orton, homie. But unlike Randy Orton, freaking it was worse than just black fluid coming out of his mouth. Freaking it completely immobilized him because he couldn't do anything.
Oh, yeah.
And then actually this was funny because and I know I'm bringing up the commentators again, but yo, bro, freaking Booker T was shook. But then again, when it comes to the supernatural, you know, and pretty much anybody would be shook. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you feel me?
Word. Yeah, out there.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, man, messing with the supernatural would freak anybody out.
Yeah, mess with the supernatural, it really would, for real.
Like, ain't nobody trying to mess with that.
Yeah, exactly. My bad that I was less responsive. I'm sorry. Yeah, ain't nobody messing with that supernatural. Like, yo, this whole event was Jesus, yo.
Yep. But that little, but you know, the curse was good enough to allow Alba Dawn to get some moments to gather herself. Hit.
Yeah, man. But not only that, another thing I want to mention, when we saw the referee's face, I was like, oh shit.
Man, yo, I can't even lie. I was freaking hyped up because that shit looked so. That shit was so cool. Like the ref was selling that so good.
Yeah, I can't knock that. Wouldn't knock that. Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Oh man, I loved it. But you know, the whole episode period was enough to allow Alba Dawn to gather herself and eventually hit Alba Fire what would honestly look to be the final cut, or something to that effect. Either way, Alba Dawn's finisher, 1, 2, 3. Alba Dawn wins the match.
Right.
And I'll be honest, yo. This honestly brightened my mood, considering I was disappointed in the winner of the first match. But this, oh, I loved it.
Word.
Oh man,
That match was good, no lie.
yeah. Moving on, we have Pretty Deadly defending the NXT Tag Team titles against your boys, the New Day.
Yeah, man, that was a good match. And the outcome of it, honestly speaking, my apologies for doubting that, and I'm glad I was wrong. Reason being why I thought they wasn't going to win is seeing as how they're on the main roster now. And, you know, people from the main roster, when they go to NXT or back to NXT or whatever, after a certain period of time, sometimes they don't win, sometimes they do. So I never thought there was going to let New Day win, seeing that they're on SmackDown. So my apologies, New Day. Glad y'all won.
Yeah, but there's also something that I should have brought up during the predictions is that you obviously forgot that even though he's also on the main roster, Dolph Ziggler came down and won the NXT title.
I remember that.
Yeah, but yeah, this was an interesting match. One part I did not like was Kofi and one of them twerking. I don't want to see that. I understand that's his thing, but no, man, I do not want to see that. I had to turn away, man. I ain't trying to look at that.
Yeah, honestly speaking, I should have turned away myself. I was just laughing at the shit because it was crazy. I ain't want to see that neither. Hell nah, but I kind of laughed. What I should have did was just put my head down until I thought it was done. Like, nah, I didn't want to see that either, honestly.
And I'll tell you this, I don't care what anybody says. Y'all can call me whatever you want, but if anybody gonna be twerking in a match, it's gonna be some females. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
But all jokes aside, this match was pretty good. Everyone brought out some pretty great moves. I enjoyed the back and forth moves that Kofi and Xavier were doing to Pretty Deadly, especially like the springboard moves that they were doing back to back, one after another. That like they were definitely, in my opinion, hitting another gear. You know?
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
And of course the closing moments of the match was pretty funny, where they all tried to pull an Eddie Guerrero. Where one of them the dark-haired member of Pretty Deadly grabbed the tag titles and then threw it in the ring, and then the light-haired member tossed the title to Xavier Woods and then tried to play possum. But then Woods threw it back at him and did the same thing. Then Kofi got in and threw it at him and tried to do the same thing. And then next thing you know, all four of them are laying down playing possum, and the refs having none of it. That ref was not falling for that bullshit at all.
Exactly.
You could even see, you could tell by how he was acting. He was not with the bullshit at all.
Oh yeah.
But even after all of that, Pretty Deadly, oh my god. If Xavier Woods didn't kick out, this would have pissed me off. But freaking, I'm glad he did. After the ref threw one of the titles out of the ring, one of the members of Pretty Deadly had the other title and popped him upside the head with the title. Oh my god, I would have been so sick if this would have ended the match, but thankfully it didn't. But thankfully, too much time was taken. Like they were taking too much time because the ref still had his back turned, and Xavier Woods did kick out. Then one of the members of Pretty Deadly was fighting Kofi on the outside. Eventually got hit with the Trouble in Paradise. Then the other member got hit with up, up, down, down. And ladies and gentlemen, it is once again a new day. Yes, it is. And the New Day are your new NXT Tag Team Champions. And with this, they are now one of the other few teams to have won the NXT Raw and SmackDown tag titles, being the next tag team to be Triple Crown Tag Team Champions, joining in the likes of dudes like the Street Profits and other teams. And like, for the longest, I was trying to wonder why Booker was hating on the New Day, until Vic Joseph pointed out something that made me laugh. Is the fact that is Kofi Kingston in particular, with this tag title win, he now out of all the WWE superstars in history has the most tag title reigns, surpassing Booker T.
Word.
That's why Booker was sick.
Exactly.
Because Kofi was tied with Book for the most tag title reigns, and now with this win, he now passed him.
Okay.
But you know, I'm ecstatic. You know, Pretty Deadly. You know, they've been doing their jobs as heels. Yeah, because I can't stand them. So, and in typical heel fashion, I'm praising the Lord that they lost the titles. Oh my God. But I will say this, as champs, there was one thing that I did like from them, and that was they acknowledged their side plates.
Right.
And no other champion in any of the brands has ever done that. And I really appreciated that they acknowledged their own side plates. But you know,
hell yeah.
A new day is on the horizon, and I look forward to seeing the New Day in NXT, seeing who they're gonna mix it up with next, if they don't drop the titles back to Pretty Deadly.
Exactly.
Up next, we had the men's Iron Survivor Challenge.
That was a good ass one too.
Man, are you kidding? This was head and shoulders. This was full body better than a woman's. Oh my God, this match kicked ass. This was so crazy that my heart was racing like crazy by the end of it, and I couldn't even calm down enough to try and focus good enough on the main event. But anyways, the match starts off with Axiom and JD McDonough. And even though he scored a couple of falls, I'll say this, I did not like how Axiom was going about the match. Because there was so many times where he was stalling when he shouldn't have, and hesitating when time was of the essence, my brother. But he was just taking his time, stalling, playing to the crowd. You can't do that in matches where there's a time limit, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I know what you're saying back.
Shit, like with all the times he was stalling or just trying to play to the crowd, like, it was killing me. Like, dude, stop focusing on that. Focus on the match.
Yeah, exactly what the commentators are saying, right? Yeah.
This dude was killing me, man.
For real.
But anyways, after the time winding down a bit, Carmelo Hayes came in next, and with a little bit of time, he secured the first fall. I think pinning Axiom.
Yeah.
Then enough fighting goes down, and and then Axiom is then back in the match after spending time in the penalty box, and they still didn't learn because freaking the timer was still going on, even though he wasn't in the penalty box yet. I really wish they had waited till he got in the penalty box to start it. It would have made more sense.
Yeah, it would have.
But you know, it is what it is. Then they all start hitting each other with rapid fire moves. This was awesome until all three of them were knocked down on the ground, but they couldn't have picked the worst time to get knocked down because there was less than 10 seconds left. Clock hit 0. Out came Grayson Waller, and in a flash. I mean, in a flash. 1, 2, 3. He gets one fall. Then right after that, 1, 2, 3. And like that, he already has 2 falls in less than 10 seconds.
Hell yeah, it was. That shocked me too.
And it was so perfect because the clock hit 0. Freaking, I think Axiom and Carmelo Hayes were just getting up. But it was
that too.
But because they were still groggy, it was perfect for Grayson Waller. Came in, hit them both with the rolling stunner, pinned them both.
Right.
He's up 2-0. Then finally Joe Gacy comes in. He's coming in like a house of fire. Bam. Hits the upside down world. Then he gets a fall. Carmelo Hayes he eventually secures another fall of his own. So now he gets another. Axiom was eventually able to get his shit together, and he got 2 falls too. So now they're all at 2. And then what they did, honestly, what they did next, honestly, the women should have done as well. But they actually were fighting inside the penalty box, where despite their time being up, they were locking each other in the penalty box, beating the crap out of each other, and that was real good. But time was winding down, and JD Madonna has yet to get a fall. So, in quick fashion, he hits all 4 of them with the devil inside, but he can't secure the pinfall because they keep rolling, and some rolled out the ring. Then they all hit him with a super kick, and then while there's a big down and almost everybody's down, bam, Melo hits nothing but net. But before the ref can hit 3, Grayson Waller yanks him out the ring, throws him down. Then he goes and pins Axiom. 1, 2, 3. Grayson Waller is in the lead with less than 30 seconds to go. Now he's running away like crazy. Everybody's trying to catch him. Which, in my opinion, they honestly should have been attacking each other rather than trying to go for Grayson. But then again, Grayson would have broke up their pins. But eventually, Grayson Waller is running away long enough. Clock strikes 0, and like that, Grayson Waller wins the match and is the men's Iron Survivor winner, and is the number 1 contender for the NXT title. And at first, I will admit, part of me was questioning why wasn't anyone going after Axiom, but then it took me a while to realize that they couldn't because he got pinned. So he was ineligible to get pinned or submitted. And it was at a time where he wouldn't have had enough time to get back in the match, so he was technically out. So even though Axiom was knocked out, he couldn't nobody pin him, which is why they were all chasing after him.
Right.
And it's crazy, man. Out of all the people that had the strategies, of the match, Grayson Waller had the best one. And I'll be honest, yo. Normally, I would have been upset that my boy Melo lost, but this match was just so amazing. And plus, I said before that if Melo didn't win it, I'd say Waller should have won it too, because Waller, Melo, and Axiom are the only ones in this match that hasn't competed for the NXT title. So because he's never fought for the title, then this is especially fitting, You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Right here. That match is good.
Yeah. And
that match is good. Like, for real, the whole Iron Man match is really great, honestly speaking.
B.O.
Grayson Waller, oh my.
Yep. B.O. Also, this dude Grayson Waller was out of pocket. You remember
I think I know where you're gonna get at.
Yeah, you remember what he said to Booker T, right?
That's why I knew he was gonna get it. I wasn't appreciative of that.
Like he was like, I know he said bitch, but that's like the only thing I made out. I think he was talking about Booker's Fave 5 and him not being in it.
Exactly.
But even still, that nigga was out of pocket.
Yeah, he was.
But I did find it funny how they were all trying to catch him, and he was running around like crazy. Hell, he even ran behind Vic Joseph and Booker T, and freaking Melo and Grayson Waller were spinning Booker around.
Right.
And freaking he had to gather himself and shit.
Right.
But
yeah, crazy.
But still, this match was great, absolutely great. It had my heart racing. I was at the edge of my seat, no cap. Oh my god, absolutely wonderful. Excellent match choice by Mr. Shawn Michaels. It's obvious that Triple H has rubbed off on you.
Yeah, exactly. That's good.
But I will admit, there is one thing that sticks out in a bad way about this match, and that's my boy JD McDonough did not get a single fall.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was messed up. In my opinion, he's the most talented person in the match, but they didn't have him get a single fall.
Right.
But who knows, man? Maybe there might be brighter things on the horizon for him. But also, let me take this time to calm down the Melo fans, because I know y'all are mad, and you guys, believe me, y'all got every right to be. Part of me is on your side, but trust me, calm down. I promise you, if he doesn't get called up, Melo will get his shot. I guarantee.
He won't be
I guarantee that if Grayson that for the next NXT pay-per-view event, which is more than likely, I think, Stand and Deliver, or no. Grayson Waller is probably going to challenge at New Year's Evil, which is January 10th, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, that's a weekly show. But the next NXT pay-per-view is February 4th.
Yeah, but and if regardless of whether or not Waller wins on New Year's Evil, I guarantee Melo's gonna get an opportunity at the NXT title at Stand and Deliver. Just be patient. I promise y'all, he is gonna get his shot if he doesn't get called up. Just be patient. Melo, trust me, Melo is 101. He is him. He is that guy. He don't miss. Just trust the process.
Facts.
And finally, we have the NXT title match. And, Braun Breaker defending against Apollo Crews. I'll admit, for the first half of the match, it was so hard for me to get into it, because I couldn't stop thinking about the Men's Iron Survivor Challenge. It was that crazy of a match, and my heart was still racing from it.
Oh yeah, facts, yo. That match was, oh my god.
Yeah, but I eventually did get into this match. Honestly, I will have to say, even though this was a good match, they should have saved the Men's Iron Survivor Challenge to be the main event. Just because of how crazy it was compared to the NXT Title Match. This should have been. But considering what happened at the end of the NXT Title Match, it made up for it. But anyways, Apollo and Braun, they brought it all. Cruz hit a beautiful frog splash on Braun Breaker. That shit reminded me of D'Lo Brown's Lowdown.
Yeah, exactly. It did.
Like, that was a picture-perfect frog splash.
Right.
And then, also, he committed gimmick infringement by using the military press, by using the military press power slam against Braun Breaker, using his own finisher against him.
Exactly.
But
that's crazy.
And I'll admit, I'm actually surprised Braun didn't break out the Frankensteiner,
right?
Or even the Steiner recliner.
Exactly, same here.
But he still did what needed to be done in the closing moments of the match.
Right.
Cruz tried to once again go for Braun's finisher. However, Braun countered out. Bam! Hit him with the spear, and like a flash. 1, 2, 3. Braun retains again.
Right.
And Braun has truly become a dominant NXT champion.
Exactly.
I'll be honest, I really was not expecting Apollo to win this match. He really hadn't done enough, in my opinion, for me to believe that he was gonna take the title. Even during the match, it really didn't seem like he was gonna win the title.
Yeah, exactly.
Like sure, he got some 2 counts, but they weren't like close 2 counts. So like I could never get into it or be believed that he was gonna have a chance to win.
Yeah, it's a fact.
And then afterwards, after the match, while Braun is celebrating, he then gets popped with a stunner from Grayson Waller.
Yeah.
Obviously setting up their feud. Yeah. Because Waller is now the #1 contender, and given how on the rise Waller is, who knows? He just might be the one to take down Breaker, and given how much he cheats and whatnot, or tries to find the easy way out, he just might do it. Because technically, in the Men's Survivor Towns, he didn't cheat. He didn't cheat at all. He just had the best strategy. In my opinion, he channeled his inner edge by being the ultimate opportunist. You know what I'm saying? And who knows? There might be a time in the match where he faces Braun Breaker, where he'll catch Braun locking, hit him with the stunner, and that might be it.
Yeah, for real. Couldn't agree with you more.
But oh man, this pay-per-view was once again incredible. I'll admit, part of me was trying to find a good moment to try and stop. I mean, not stop. Step away real quick to to get a snack or something, but I was just glued to the TV screen, man. This was incredible.
The facts, it really was.
But then again, I expect nothing less from NXT. They once again delivered.
Exactly, and NXT always delivers. Hell yeah. No debate there.
Like, every time, without fail.
Facts.
But, now what you say?
That's that word, that's a fact, man. NXT always delivers.
Yeah. Anyways, that's going to do it for this episode of The Contracts. I definitely want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and chill with myself and the Humble Man. I want to thank the Humble Man, as always, for coming and kicking his wrestling knowledge.
Yo, of course, you already know my man Cost Payton. You already know most Steph.
Yep. And if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead, hit the like button. Comment if you feel like it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And until next time, by way of Struggle Vision Productions, I am the Hitman Cos, and it's the Humble Man, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.
We out of here. Peace. We out this bitch. Yo, have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And we'll be right back at y'all predictions and results for the Royal Rumble.
Yep. See y'all next year.
See y'all next year. Peace. We out this bitch.